US, all over, the UK, Ireland. Nice, and starting. Beautiful. Welcome to this evening's full moon webinar. And so nice to connect with you all from all over the world as we're creating a community all over the world, and we're giving transmissions as we work. So there's a ripple effect every time we transform. It only takes one person to change the ocean. So it's so beautiful that we're all coming together and taking self-responsibility to work with our own topics, whatever is in our system, and to transform it. So I think, I was getting that. I'm going to share a little bit how I'm working. And so I'm very interested. What I'm focusing on, my intention is the cells, is embodying on a cellular level. So if you imagine each cell has a soul fragment, and what I'm doing is I'm being aware of all my cells and all my own soul fragments, and using that as a mirror with your soul fragments, that if there's any of your cells that your soul fragment is out, that you find it again and you embody cellularly. Because if you embody cellularly, you start manifesting, everything starts manifesting in your life. And your creator comes into your system. So I'm giving transmissions to the cells continuously during the webinars. I'm also working with different systems that I've been working with over the last years, and that have been coming down since I started this work about over 20 years ago. Different techniques I've been working with, and they run in the background, and they work on the ancestral lines. They work in the womb, birth, and all the way up to now. And also they work with past lives. So even if I'm not saying anything, there's a lot happening in the background. Also, what I'm working on is the subconsciousness of the mind and opening up the brain as well. Also the genetic memory fields, any genetic memory fields which are blocking you or causing in the way of your creator, I'm also working with them, but it's your creators that's doing the work. I'm simply showing the systems are working with your higher self, your Akashic records, and it's working in the background. So what a beautiful, beautiful group. I can feel it's going to be very strong this evening. And when we put an intention into the work, it really gets strong. So I invite you to really put the intention to embody cellularly. And then whatever's in the way, we'll transform it. I'm also working with different archetypes to build up levels of consciousness and dropping these almost blueprints of leaders, of a partner, and all different archetypes for health into the system continuously. So your system is intelligent and it keeps growing and it keeps getting more strong each time. So beautiful. So let's begin, actually. I invite you to take a deep breath into your heart. And also a deep breath down your spine. Beautiful. And since the last webinar I did on Sunday, I've been working a lot on myself. So there's a lot of shifts coming in this evening. So I'm very excited to share them with you. You'll sense them very soon. So if you feel anything, it's all okay. If you don't feel anything, it's okay. If the mind is active, it's perfect. If you feel resistance, it's perfect. If you don't believe what's happening, it's all perfect. If you feel that other people are getting more benefit than you, it's all okay. Every time the mind is active, it's related to a wound. And the work I do is about going to the core of a topic. So even before webinars, a lot of people would probably get triggered or a lot of systems open up so they can be worked with. So don't worry at all if you're not feeling anything. And also if you get memories flashing, it's all okay. If you get emotions, it's okay. If you get aches and pains, it's okay. You're never going backwards. You're always moving forward, and your system will open up. Your spirit opens up whatever you can handle, and it always is in the divine order. That's why I don't worry in these webinars. It's always in the divine order. It's your higher self who's doing everything. So I invite you to take a deep breath, and I feel there's going to be a lot of silence in this. And we'll breathe very, very deep down. And it's almost like I saw a picture a few weeks ago of somebody, of a person, and inside them was the universe. And the work I'm doing at the moment, the way it's gone, is that you may have a feeling that you're empty after this webinar. You may get a feeling that you're empty and the universe is in you. So it empties all the genetic memory fields. It empties the system. It empties the trauma. It empties all the different manipulation. It empties all the frozen memory fields, which is in the body. Oh, I should explain a little bit of past lives before I start working, because I'm going to be mentioning past lives, I feel, at some stage. So with past lives, they're very easy to work with. The way I work with them, I'm interested in results. I'm not interested in the stories. If the stories are meant to come in, they will come in. I'm interested in finding what soul fragments you left behind in your past lives, not so much about who you were or what you were doing. So when we make transition in each life, I always describe it like the Empire State Building with every floor. Every floor is a different past life. And in the center is the elevator shaft, and that's your channel. And if there's some part of you that got a shock and was out of your system, maybe that part of you didn't make transition. So that's the only reason why past lives are still active. There's some part of you left behind. So if you imagine that in all those past lives, that they're simply soul fragments. Imagine like a sand timer when you turn it upside down, and the sand, which represents your soul fragments, is going into every single cell in your body, because some cells are empty and then they go in. And this applies to your spirit, about your willpower, your self-confidence, your health, your lungs. So all during the whole webinar, these soul fragments set the intention that whatever's out will start following back into the cells and the bones. In past lives, if we have an injury, for example, with a sword or something, sometimes if there's a wound, you leave some of the bone behind or some of the tissue behind, and those soul fragments are left behind, and you create a similar wound in this life. So set the intention that all the soul fragments are collected from every life and they come into now. Also, some lives we've done some really good things, and some lives we did some not so nice things. In the universe, it's not about what you did, it's about the experience. Usually there's karmic overlaps in the system. So you may be abused and then you were abused. So there's cycles, but what's very important is the experience, not the guilt, the shame. The guilt, the shame blocks the system. You need to experience. If you did black magic, if you did something bad, that experience is crucial for you to accept, because that's part of your soul experience and your knowledge, so it doesn't happen again. So all lives where you were in the shadow or whatever was going on manipulating, or when you were in the light, when you're doing amazing things, simply accept those lives in. Oh, in Australia, 6 a.m. Good morning. We'll make it worthwhile that you're up so early. So anything you want support with this evening, set the intention, and we'll work with that as well. If there's So this is a very personal healing for everybody. So I'm going to set the intention that whatever you want support with, you just put that intention in, set the intention, and set it free. And we'll start working with those topics as well. And set the intention to open up your Akashic records. And also, is it okay if I support you also with the Akashic records to see where you may want support, or if there's a trauma you want to clear? And we'll begin. So imagine yourself like energy, and this energy flows through you. It's like the cosmic energy goes through you, flows through you, and there's a beautiful wind flowing through you. And everything's in flow and motion. And if there's stagnation, it's all okay, it's going to melt. Any frozen energies will melt. Simply set the intention to breathe into every cell in your body and then relax. And it's begun. Imagine a very smooth vortex of energy flowing through you. Almost like when the plug comes out of the bath, that the water is flowing down, but spiraling down, but very smooth and very loving, very gentle. As all your soul fragments are flowing in this vortex channel into your cells and into your subtle bodies and into your nervous system. Beautiful. I love flowing into the bones. The bones are really important. The bone marrow, the spinal fluid. Beautiful. Let's flow a little bit more into the bones and the bone marrow. Set that intention. That's all. You don't need to try anything. It's all happening. Simply allowing an intention. Allowing your soul connection. That your spirit flows into the cells in your bones and the spinal fluid. And you may notice more space in the body during this. And if you simply breathe into that space or into the digestion, Set the intention to breathe into your cells. So we're melting, melting, melting into ourselves and into the new spaces inside us. And set the intention once again to connect to your own Akashic records on a soul level, and these connect to your cells. That will give all the information where all your self-confidence or your flow or your health has all the history, or your talents, your gifts. Beautiful. As we're melting it into ourselves, cellularly. Now you may get a feeling of density, but it's actually you coming into your body. You're connecting to the magnetic field of Mother Earth, and you're connecting to your minerals. So it's a different type of heavy. And everything works at once. So the whole system, all the cells are transforming in one moment. The whole system is transforming. That's what I realized years ago when I work with one topic, everything changes. Breathing into the brain. Actually, I can feel you're really coming in deep. Beautiful. How are you doing? Do you sense the new shift in your system, or you would like to share a few words? This is working in the background. Orange. Tired. And if you're feeling tired, it's because when you're tired, what it's doing is it's bringing you into energies where you normally escaped out of the body. And if you can set the intention that I stay awake, I don't need to jump out of the body, I'm not the child anymore, as you choose to stay with it. So the tired is when you're going into frequencies, you see there's a lot of trauma being cleared in the background. And as a child, we normally jumped out of the body. And so when we feel that vibration, we normally get out of the body or we get tired, we fall asleep. So it's fine if you do, it's perfect. But you can actually set the intention, no, I'm an adult now, and I choose my free will, I choose to be present. When those frequencies come up, I'm not the child anymore, I choose to be present. And this is the time where you can really make a big shift. And it's okay if you have a migraine, breathe from the migraine, the head down, or from your heart up to the migraine. It's where the control's hanging on, and it's okay to have control. It was needed up to this moment. You're transforming your body, the cellular information, in a huge way at the moment. So something that would have probably taken years to work on is happening in seconds. And yeah, we can do the nice, and we can do the pineal gland as well. You want to breathe into the pineal gland, really activate it. I love working with the pineal gland. Gets stronger and stronger every time. And also I want to set the intention that if you left fragments of your pineal gland in past lives behind and gifts, set the intention that they come down through your channel. So this is changing your vibration, your frequencies. So in your daily life, you're giving out frequencies. So whatever you're clearing now, whatever traumas in your system, you're constantly giving those frequencies out to the field. And then that's what you get back. And that's what you create in your life and the world around you. So what I'm doing, setting this the intention here is that we embody our soul fragments. Soul fragments is pure love, vibration, nourishment. And when you're in that state, that's the vibration you give out, and that's the vibration you receive. It's one thing to have the mind active about how to create, how to manifest. But if your subconsciousness and your cellular information is different, you will receive a different frequency back. What you give out to the universe, you get back. So this is changing the whole cellular information and the vibration of you, cellularly and on frequency level. So I'm constantly scanning through all the different frequencies and going through them. And simply breathe into whatever areas feel tight or whatever's there, and it's all okay. The ears may come up. It's almost like you're going through different frequency, like in the airplane. As we go up through different frequencies, the ears pop. So we're going through different frequencies. For me to go up in frequency, I go into the denser frequencies and transform them, and then the life force comes up, and then the frequencies raise. So for me, all the frequencies are important to embody. So I don't leave out any frequency. They're all important. If I only go to light, I'm denying my grounding. I'm denying there's the black light. So for example, in the stars, you've got the universe, you have the stars, but there's black light between it. So the black light in our system is very, very important. Black light brings in space, consciousness, and that's where transformation really manifestation happens, within the black light. And the spaces between the spaces is before creation. Then we have the etheric fields, and they're above us, and it's like the color spectrum. And if you set the intention to open that color spectrum, you have frequencies and different subtle bodies within those color spectrums. And they will start embodying and connecting. Also in Mother Earth, her soul information to bring everything together, I call it the black goo. So you've got the black light, the black goo. The black goo brings the subtle bodies to the connective tissues, to the physical. So that's like, it's very beautiful. It connects all the minerals together. Black goo. It's like the tree of life, all the fluid. So if you imagine yourself as the tree alive and the minerals flowing up through you, that's the black goo. And the color spectrum flowing down through you. And you're going your channels in the center of the sun, the center of all suns, and go straight up to the center of your source, up to your Akashic records, cellularly. If I want to go into the universe, I drop into my cells. So I never leave my body, I drop into my cells. If I want to get manifestation and results, I drop into my cells. I don't leave my cells. The universe is in the cells. So set the intention, instead of leaving the body to go high, dive into the cells. The whole universe is in one cell. So you can access everything within your cells with that intention. If you go out of the body, Then when you come back, maybe you haven't cleaned the body and it's hard to get back in, or it's dense, or it feels not great. But actually, if you dive into the universe on a cellular level, then there's transformation and you get results. And nobody else gets into your body. Nobody else gets into your cells. And you're connected to your natural, the blueprint of yours, of the universe within you. Sacred geometry in you. Beautiful, it's getting stronger. Breathe through your spine at the back of the heart. Imagine the breeze is flowing through your spine. Fresh air. Or you're swimming in a warm ocean. Now it's getting really, beautiful, beautiful. It's getting stronger. Breathe all the way down to your perineum. Just the perineum is just between the vagina and the anus, the testicles and the anus, just in the center. So go deeper and deeper and allowing deeper, deeper into the body, into the cells. And no problem, it's not the right time to do this. It's all okay. And what's really beautiful to do, I think it's a good exercise, is for the third eye, to clear any fears or anything, especially what's happening in the world. If you imagine the sun is coming through your third eye, beaming light, golden light, and you breathe that light from the pine down into the pineal gland, down into the earth, through your heart. And just imagine this light is flowing through your pineal, through your third eye, pineal gland, heart, into the earth. And I'm going to work with clearing the frontal lobe, especially the sides of the frontal lobe. Beautiful. And that's your creator there taking over your own frontal lobe. If you ever notice yourself in panic or fear, do that. It'll clear any panic or fear. And then set the intention to enter your left and right hemisphere of the brain. Only intention. As we fully activate the brain, left and right hemisphere. The brain for me is like it's like a gym. You need to practice it to awaken it and allow your spirit to take over your brain. Accept your higher self in the brain, left and right hemisphere. And now set the intention to enter the brainstem. And all the way down your spinal column, the nervous system. Breathing into your nervous system. And everything's just simply melting into new space. And if you want to listen, you can watch this a few times. But this part is really good for emptying the brain if you find your mind is very active. When it's active, it means this wound's active. If ego is active, it's wounds. And this is really helping to clear and integrate whatever wounds are active. And when you transform them, then they're clear. If you notice them coming back, it simply means they're back on another frequency. They're not back the same, they're always on a different frequency because you've cleared those. And melting, melting, melting into your cells. setting the intention also to activate the stem cells, your own stem cells. So the cells start regenerating, which are always new, always fresh, always regenerating. Taking a deep breath into your digestion and slowly release through the breath. Taking a deep breath into your cells, your new cells, and the new space. Also working with the facial tissue as well, and around the eyes and sinuses. Taking a deep breath into your cells. And it's beautiful. Allowing your left side to flow with the right side in your way, like the wind blowing through. Allowing left to flow with the right side in your way. Sensing that flow, allowing right side to flow with the left side in your way. Right side flows with the left side in a brand new way. Honoring this shift. Allowing front to flow with the back in a new way. Intention. Allowing the back to flow with the front in a new way. Intention. Allowing above to flow with below in a new way. Embodiment. Allowing below to flow with above in a new way. Breathing into all your new cells. And we have, as men as well, a womb inside us. We have both genitals inside us. So allowing your womb, which is our fertility of creation, what we create, your womb to connect directly to the center of your source, to your Akashic records, directly. And your Akashic records are directly connected to your fertile womb and cells. Breathing into your cells. Your cells are directly connected to universal love and consciousness. Creation. Imagine you were born with this frequency and you lived your whole childhood with this frequency and level of consciousness all the way through your adult life, all the way up to now, and breathing into your cells. Arrived. Anchored. Landed. Embodied. Your new life. New potential. Breathing into new cells. This will keep working with you over the next days, weeks, months. you're connected to yourself, and it's you in a brand new way. And you're going to keep manifesting and transforming and embodying continuously. And it's beautiful. And everything is fine. Things will flow and flow. And if you want to watch this webinar a few times, you can. Just give some spaces between. And Sundays was very strong as well, if you want to take part in that. I'm doing a manifestation workshop as well. That'll be very strong, I feel. And then I'm also doing one especially for sexuality, for intimacy, for the genitals, the sacred genitals. So bringing in the innocence again, and the purity and the real connection of intimacy and creation on a soul level. So I'm really excited to do that one. And it's going to be very, very strong. So both webinars are going to be amazing. I'm really excited to work with the genitals because this is something which is so sacred and so important to work with for manifestation and for life to really embody. So wow, thank you. I'd love to hear how you're getting on, how the results are getting on. The results, sharing them helps to manifest the gifts back into the system, so it gets stronger and stronger. And also it helps to bring more people into this work. So if you felt this work was beneficial, I invite you to share the news about these free meditations or whatever meditations I'm doing. And because it's time that we really embody and live our potential, live as a creator here on earth, embodied as a leader, because we're all leaders. This work is about, setting you free and being embodied. So you're in self-sovereignty of what you create and manifest, so we can manifest a new earth. So this is what the basis of this work is about. So I'd love you to, if you felt results, if you could share those with your friends and maybe share the information about this work. Have a beautiful, beautiful new moon. Thank you for being part of this. And yes, let's share this into the field as well. Let's open up the system and imagine you're a lighthouse and you're sharing this. Just simply don't go out of your system, stay in your channel and open your heart up to the collective, to the earth. And this ripple of energy and love and transformation. And gratitude to your soul because you did this, because you're ready. And to everyone here, thank you, and sending this love to all of you and out to the whole world and the universe. And if you're watching the recording, they work every time and you're always connected to this group field. We're all manifesting, transforming and growing together. So you can watch this as often as you like. It's going to keep changing. Have a beautiful, beautiful day and evening wherever you are. And thank you once again. I'm so grateful that you're all being part of this webinar, because I know as each one of us create a shift internally, it does have a ripple effect around us. So thank you for being part of this. And thank you for all the support and for sharing as well. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sergio, in the background, for doing all the work and setting it up and everything. And thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful new moon. What a great start. And maybe I'll see you at one of the later webinars. Thank you, everyone. Sending you so much love. Yeah, it is. It's your birthday. It's all our birthdays. Thank you, everyone.